When something goes wrong or someone gets upset with us, it's usually not our fault, and it's important that they hear and understand our side of the story. They shouldn't just assume or blame or criticize or make us wrong for it, right? Wrong. In today's video, we'll cover the 5 steps to a sincere apology that will allow you to have more effective communication, less arguments, and quickly repair the break in a relationship or project. I'm your host, Selah, and you're watching Selah Nation. The word Selah is from an ancient language and means to pause and carefully consider something that could transform your life. Our videos, books, and courses serve as a reliable compass to navigate the complex maze of modern life and all its hottest personal development topics. When you subscribe to this channel and share the videos, you're joining other bright minds with good souls who want to reestablish sanity, clarity, and the kind of beauty that makes life rich and meaningful. With that being said, let's jump into today's video on 5 steps to a sincere apology. Let's be honest. Arguing, feeling offended or unappreciated, out of balance, or just straight up wronged by someone in our lives, not fun or how we want to feel. These 5 steps are critical tools that we need to learn and use in order to keep long-term healthy relationships with our family, our friends, and our coworkers. As soon as someone starts showing that they're upset with us, it's a good idea to ask, just to make sure. And if they are and decide to let us know why, we can respond with step 1, admit fault. This sounds like, I made a mistake, I'm wrong, I failed. This can be especially hard to do when you don't believe you did anything wrong, or if you feel justified in your action. Sometimes the reason the other person is upset really is not our fault. Circumstances or a person's actions that were outside of our own control might be the reason the problem happened in the first place. Regardless of our reason or explanation, the reality is you can't get around the other person's point of view. You're the person they're upset with, and they've got their own set of reasons that validate their offense, just like you equally have your own set of reasons. But in order to restore the break in the relationship or the project, it's imperative that you take ownership of the problem they've pointed out first. In fact, with certain people, it's imperative that you don't explain yourself in order for them to feel like it's a sincere apology and for them to be able to feel like they can move forward. If you struggle with this crucial step of admitting fault, you must set aside your ego and be okay with the fear of appearing incompetent or like a failure. The ironic truth is that admitting fault actually solidifies your strength and your reliability and your trustworthiness in the eyes of the other person. But if the recipient doesn't offer a pass or signal a release of the issue, it's time for step 2. Step 2 to a sincere apology. Express regret. This sounds like, I'm sorry, and then sharing a vulnerable emotion such as, I feel embarrassed, I'm guilty, I feel ashamed, I regret whatever annoyance, stress, pain, loss, whatever problem that you caused them. For some people, admitting fault's just not enough, and they need to know that you actually empathize and you feel remorseful. This is what tells them your apology is sincere. So this step can be emphasized with words and also body language by giving direct eye contact or a gentle but firm touch to their hand or their arm if they're a family or a close friend. It's going to add a significant impact to your words. And for some people, this is enough for them to move on. But if not, it's time for step 3. Step 3 to a sincere apology. Make amends. If you can immediately right the wrong, do so. Say or give them what they need. You also might actually need to ask them, how can I make this up to you? Which could take 30 seconds to days, maybe weeks, depending on the intensity of the grievance. But what's important in this step is that you verbally tell them that you will, and then actually do make the effort to fix the problem, and show strong efforts toward feeding into their love language what you know matters to them in a very short order of time. So this could be acts of service, scheduling quality time, getting them a small gift, words of affirmation. Warning, some people do take this step as an opportunity to kind of back-endedly explain or justify themselves, so just beware of that trap, don't do it. But for most people, step 3 is going to be enough for them to feel like it's a sincere apology and be able to move forward. But for some people, like maybe your boss or your spouse or your child, especially if this is a repeat issue or complaint, you're gonna have to do step 4. Step 4, present a plan for change. Sometimes apologies don't hold value if you can't ensure their confidence for a different future. So some people need a plan for change and just can't accept your apology unless they believe that new actions are being implemented to prevent the problem and create progress. If you don't have a plan or idea presently in the moment, that's okay. Just verbalize your desire to create the changed behavior and that you'll come up with new actions. What's important to these people is that you establish action steps to ensure a solution or aid success. All of these steps of a sincere apology allows them to forgive and move on. But some people need one more thing in order to rebuild the relational bridge so that they can move forward. That takes us to step 5, request forgiveness. This sounds like asking, will you forgive me? It's a humble request, but it demonstrates the realization that the future of the relationship is in the hands of the offended party. Some people need to know that you are not in control of their decision and that forgiveness is something that can't be forced or demanded of them. Sometimes people have to do their own inner reflection in order for them to truly forgive and move on. It is sometimes the final test whether or not the apology has been accepted and that the relationship can authentically be restored on their end. So don't push it in the moment and accept that this might take some additional time. The forgiveness part is not in your control. Your responsibility is to ask for it and then give them the space and time that they need to continue, and you continue in your efforts and the plans that you previously stated you would do. After these 5 steps have been taken, you're now in a better position to share your perspective, your experience, and have your side of the story be heard. If this video was helpful or you'd like to see our next video on how to share your perspective, please tune in. Thank you for watching today. Be blessed, and I'll see you next time.